Today I'm going to be going over the Valentine's event. I'm going to start by just saying all the places where you can earn hearts for this event. Then I'm going to go into how much each item in the event shop is worth as related to its sapphire value. And then I'm going to just give a breakdown of all those values for you guys. So let's get right into it. There are 3 ways which you can earn hearts. One is in your clans, the daily rewards that your clanmates send you. You get 15 from each clanmate. Then the next one is in the expeditions. You can send out an item expedition for a chance of 20, 100, or 1,000 hearts. This is by far the best way to earn hearts during this event. The last way is through the little bubbles that show up that you can collect up to 600 per day. And those, if you're not sure, just look like those 3 items there. Just show up on your map at occasional times. Just on your main screen, pretty much. So, in the event here, then there is decent amount of items here. Normally we don't see a mythical item, or we haven't in the last event, I believe. But I'm just going to break through all the different values per their sapphire rating. And if you're not sure what that means, basically, obviously the sapphires, 50 sapphires is worth 50 sapphires, but they're charging 250 hearts for it. So when we take 50 sapphires and we divide it by 250, then it gives us 0.2 sapphires per heart value. And so obviously the higher value, then the more you want to buy that item before others. So we'll just start right at the top and then I'll rank them at the end. For the legendary item, I'm going to evaluate it at 4,000 sapphires. And this is because, if it lets me, when you look in events, a legendary item is worth $75. But this is when you know exactly the item that you're going to get. If you don't know the item that you're going to get, especially if you have a lot of legendaries, then it is worth a lot less because it could be a duplicate, and it's likely it's a duplicate. So realistically, I wouldn't advise anyone buying the legendary out of the event unless you are a fairly new player or a free-to-play player and you have under 10 legendary items. As you can see, I do not have 10 legendary items. So instead, or I have more than 10 legendary items. And so likely, very likely, it's a duplicate and it's only worth 160 Stardust for me. And I would rather buy for a much cheaper price, maybe 2 of these chests to earn that exact amount. And so because it's at a 4,000 sapphire valuation, that's 0.53 sapphires per heart. For the mythical item here, then I'm going to rank it at 1,500 evaluation. I was torn between rating it at like 1 or 2 of the large crates here, but I don't think it's worth 2 large crates. I think it's worth a little bit more than 1 large crate. So I'm going to rate it at 1,500 sapphire value, which would put it at 0.375 sapphires per heart. Going on to the skill reset, then I'm going to rank it at 300 to 500 sapphire value. This is because I believe the average person resets between 3 and 4 times per season. And I personally reset maybe once or twice unless someone is really coming after me. And so I believe that 300 to 500 sapphire valuation is pretty accurate for the majority of Million Lords players. If you're highly pay to win, this is worth way more especially in late season. And you definitely don't want any of these left going into the next season. So make sure to use them before going into the next season, even if it is simply for respecking into troop production after you bubble at the end, at the last 6 hours, because those troops will go towards your Valor points and will get you up the leaderboard, even if it's just that little bit that'll push you into maybe a higher ranking or staying in the league that you want to. Because obviously, starting the next season, the skill reset's only worth 50. But I'm going to rank this right now at 3 to 500 evaluation, which is 0.2 to 0.33 sapphires per heart. Going to the harvester, it's only 3 days. When you go to buy the harvester from the shop, then you can buy it for 30 days, and that's at 1,000. So for 3 days, that's 1/10 of 30 days, and so it's worth 100 sapphires. And same with the harvester, not with the harvester, same with the weapon master. Watcher's worth a little bit more than that, worth 150. So for those three, the harvester and weapon master, they're both worth 0.22 sapphires per heart, and the watcher is worth 0.33 sapphires per heart. For the jewel box, chest, and case, they're all worth the same. When you look at it, if you buy a 10-pack, or if you buy, there is no 10-pack, but if you buy 2 sets of 5, then they're worth, like divided by 10, they're worth 135 sapphires each. But if you obviously just buy one, it's worth 150 sapphires. So here in the shop, I'm ranking them between 135 and 150 sapphires, which would put it at a 0.225 to 0.25 evaluation of sapphires per heart. Going to troop speed boosts, each speed boost is worth 25. There's 10 of them, 250 sapphire evaluation, which puts it at 0.3125 sapphires per heart. For the sapphires, obviously, I went over this already. It is for 50 sapphires, so obviously a 50 sapphire evaluation, and that would put it at a 0.2 sapphire per heart. For the fresh start, you get 1 free fresh start at the beginning of the season, and then the next one costs 200. I don't know if I've literally ever used the second fresh start, like for restarting at 200. So maybe some people do it. I doubt anyone does above 200, but I'm just going to give it the 200 evaluation, and that would put it at a 0.2 sapphire per heart evaluation. For the main city change, then I'm going to also rank it at 200. It costs 200 to start, but then it goes up by 200 each time you do a main city change. The reason I'm keeping it at 200 is because I've personally been getting a good amount of the main city changes in my expedition here. Same expedition that you run for the hearts. So I have 5 of them stored up, and I'm not going to use 5 anytime soon. And I'm sure there's other people that are getting them as well. And so I'm going to keep it at 200. I don't think many people are spending more than that for the main city change. So that is also a 0.2 sapphire per heart evaluation. For the gold and the troops, this one is very hard to rank because it's based off of the valor points that your cities give you, I believe. I haven't fully tested this because I'm not running like troop expeditions. I haven't collected my clan rewards or my clan like mission rewards. And so I haven't tested if it's still based off it used to be based off the KP of your cities. Now I think it's based off the VP of your cities because that's the same way that your troop production and gold production is based off of. So I'm pretty sure it's based off that. And so it's hard to rank because everyone is going to be at a different VP based off your cities. But I believe that gold and troops are going to be extremely valuable, especially at the end of season. Personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep maybe 2,000-3,000 hearts for the end of the season. And because golden troops rank towards your valor points, then if I'm close, then I'm going to spam troops. Troops, by the way, troops for valor points are worth more than gold for valor points. Just like it's not like the more troops you have is more valuable than having that same amount of gold in terms of valor points. And the gold spent will go towards KP, which is worth more than gold from what I've seen so far. So I'm going to spend it purely on troops. And for that reason, I'm ranking troops pretty high up because I think it could change people's seasons on whether they're promoting or being at a higher ranking to receive more seasonal rewards. These last three here all deal with expeditions. For the expedition New Start, costs 900. It is ranked at a 800 eval. Basically, when you go to send a expedition and you already sent yours for the day, it costs 800 to send another one. I doubt many people are sending more than one. I've almost never sent more than one, but I'm sure maybe some pay-to-win people trying to get troops and whatnot, especially with it counting towards valor points and a season maybe are spending that 800. So I'm going to rank it at 800. And for that, it's a very good value of 0.889 sapphires per heart. For the Adventure Teleport, I'm going to rank it pretty low because it's really just a patience thing. Like, I don't mind waiting the hour for the expedition to come back, but if you really want to do it, it's worth 50 sapphires. So that's what I'm going to rank it as. It always costs 50 sapphires. And so at that evaluation, it's 0.33 sapphires per heart. The last one here is Adventurer Resurrection. This one is hard to gauge because you might want to use it once, and then once your expedition dies, because basically how it works is your expedition dies, you can use a resurrection and the adventure starts back at 100 health and running. And it will not stop like it did the first time. It'll run all the way till it dies. So you can use it once and then run it down to 10 health, let's say, and then bring it back. Or you can use it and then just keep running it and run it like 4 or 5 times with all these resurrections and then bring it back. And personally, that's kind of what I'd recommend. I would wait till you have an expedition that runs a little bit more than average, because as the expedition is sent out, then the drop chance goes up, and I'm pretty sure that works. But either way, as the expedition goes out, the drop chance goes up, higher chance of dropping items per time that you, per every tick, every 3 minutes. And so you want that maxed out as much as you can. So next time you have an expedition that is a little bit more than average, then I would suggest using this and keep using them. Use them all up on that single expedition. Now you can split it between different types of expedition if you are only wanting like X amount of troops and then you want to send out a gear expedition, whatever it might be. So that's why it's hard to kind of rank, but it is a minimum of 500 and it goes up by a lot. So it is a 0.66, which is already pretty high for this Valentine shop, but it's 0.66 sapphire per heart evaluation, and it goes up from there. So likely worth a good amount more. So I'll throw on the screen here that list so you can read them out if you didn't keep track or weren't keeping notes, whatever it might be. I'll also throw them in my Discord server and tag everyone. You know, I like to keep you guys up to date on data that I collect. So definitely join my Discord server. That'll be linked in the description of this video. I hope this was informative for all you guys, and feel free, if you found this informative or liked it, whatever, to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever, all that other promotive bullshit. But definitely join my Discord server. That's helpful. Monthly giveaways, Going to be adding a new Discord card game that looks really fun. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, of course, information. So see you there.